Okay, bucket of faggoccini. Let's do this. Movement's kind of compromised in here.
I just don't get how these people can get high every night.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if you're sticking a cat's ass in your face, you obviously aren't happy.
There they are. Where's the girl?
Bucket of faggoccini.
She was just here. You didn't see her come in?
Combat buddy unlocked. The King. So Catman's pretty good at bleed. He's got some good range, he's got some decent damage, he takes a good hit, and he causes bleed, which is kind of useful. Seeing as how we're going to be doing a lot of status effects. There's some prescription pills. Do we get any artifacts to make the next fight a bit easier? We've got a couple 40s, but none of them do what we want. Yeah. They just increase our HP. I don't need HP. We need damage, and we need status effects.
Come on, we need to get all this pasta and the meatballs out to the customers.
So, this is what we do. We go...
Maybe we can do something to even the odds.
Ah, interesting.
Keep those antipastas to cover with the Roma tomatoes and the pepperoncini.
So, I don't know what you meant to do here. It's probably some kind of fart combination. But, like that.
I am not amused.
But we'll get the advantage and we'll get the gross out on them. I was hoping to gross out all of them. Interesting. Can we get rid of human kite? We can. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. I would normally put Super Craig in, but... So we've got burning and we've got gross out, which is awesome. So, can we... We cannot. I wish you could choose where people stand at the beginning. It really fucks me off that I can't get... And what's the point in this guy going first if he can't attack? Like, it's really frustrating to me that. What a waste of time. And it's all because Mosquito stood in the one spot where he can do something. And it just seems really dumb that that's how the game works. Oops. Nearly missed that by tapping it.
I'm gonna debone you, kid.
Watch and learn, newbie.
So,
the rest of you try not to die.
There we go. Charge into the fray, claws flying. Then he pushes them forward. He's gonna burn. Here we go. Wow, you can hit him from that distance? How dare you? Oh, he's throwing a spatula, that makes sense. Oh, we can interrupt with time fart. Cool. Nah, I'm not using it. I'm not using it, video game. That's not enough damage. There we go. Now I'll use it now, because Cartman's gonna die, and I'd like to keep him alive.
Your turn is now property of Coon and friends.
Guess we can store your corpse.
Damn!
For a good 6
That hit against Mosquito was incredible.
Now that's a left-handed spatula.
And then the gross out damage takes off nearly half his HP.
Sorry to break up the pizza party.
Okay. So we can kill him, and we can hurt his buddy. And Scott can get some armor, because Scott is super OG. And hopefully he'll pull some aggro. Ah, that guy heals. I remember this fight now. Not to worry. You can burn now, though. I can't go up there to do that, so let's do this. Put some fire on him. And then we'll do that. Not as good as the gross out, but it gets us some HP back. It's probably not enough if this guy attacks him immediately. Let's do this. Focus on the healer. Get his attention at least. Get him bleeding.
I'm gonna force feed you corn and harvest your fatty liver.
So Scott's not in trouble because Scott's a beast. And of course he kills Mosquito, yeah. If it gives you the input to press A there, you can get your HP back and it'll save them on the cusp of death. But There doesn't seem to be any real way to control that and to make sure that it happens as frequently enough as I would like. So, let's do this. Knocks him away, slows him down. Oh, he opened the door as well, that was cool.
I'm gonna turn you into a brachiola that make it the mouth water.
Can he heal his entire HP? Pretty much. The bleed gets him, but the bleed isn't nowhere near as good as it used to be. That's not fair. Here we go. That guy has so much HP. Let's bait him over here. I wonder if I can bait him away from the chef.
Watch this, new kid. I'm gonna do something fucking sweet.
I'm sure you are, Carmen. I believe in you, dude. Oops. Apparently I missed that.
Touch me again. I'm making you all bus boys.
So he's slowed, so his mobility's down, but he can still throw spatulas, which is kind of a nightmare. Not that it matters, because we've got that now. So he's going to kill Cartman. Oh, so much damage, dude. That shit is ridiculous. Right.
That's how Captain Diabetes deals with personal space invaders.
I'm sending you home to Mama in the doggy bag.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's ever going to move. I need to knock him away. Not that it's a problem, because hopefully this will put enough statuses on them to make them think twice. So he's not going to be able to move too good, but he can throw a spatula, which makes him really dangerous. I have the fart back now, so when this guy does that, we can say, eat a dick, and stop him from doing it. I should have saved it for the heal, but I wanted to keep my HP. And I can't quite get what I want. Thanks to positioning.
There's like 10 of them hiding in the walls, believe me.
So he's going to be able to heal him, but he's not going to be able to heal him enough. And then he's going to take big damage from each of the ticks. The gross out doing the most damage by a large margin. And hopefully on the next turn,
Mess this up, dickbag.
we can get rid of his friend. Dude, they have so much HP. Yeah, me too. So he's slowed and having a tough time and not even doing anything, which is nice. He's also slowed, so he's going to move forward. Oh no, he's just going to immediately take a big hit. And he's going to get healed after Scott's turn. So, if we can, it'd be great if we could fucking kill him. But we can't. And now he's going to get healed. But the next turn, he's going to die. So we should be okay. And then the chef takes another bunch of damage, but his gross out is off him. So he doesn't take what I would say is the good damage. This guy has to die.
My two black mouth parts are agape in amazement.
Oh, the damage is so brutal right now. He's slow. He's still going to smack Scott, though. But he's going to take all of Scott's armor, which is exactly why we use him. So it's not a problem. Then he takes the burn damage, and hopefully Scott can kill him now. And he can! That is exactly what we needed. So now, we can focus on the chef, and now the chef is going to do a lot of damage. That was a big damage. He only takes bleed. Oh, he takes a bit of burn though, that's cool. Can I move to the side of him? I can't. Scott's in the way, unfortunately. So now this guy gets to move a little bit, but we don't have to worry too much. And I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to slow him. Because if he wants to hit Scott now, he has to move into position. And if he moves into position, we can fuck him up, hopefully. We also can do this, because I'm not letting you do shit, son. And I'm going to move in, and I'm going to hit him with Gross Out. He's going to burn after the tick,
Go time,
and then we're going to put the fart on him. The fart's going to do all the damage that we lack.
Do that again and I flatten you like a deed-up dip.
He's going to move in close because he's going to want to throw spatulas, but we're not going to let him. And we're going to focus on getting rid of this guy. So here comes the big hit. Massive hit.
I break it the head.
But it's going to give us our ultimate, hopefully.
Knock it off, buttlord.
And then he's going to hopefully die. Get fucked. Please die, dude. No, he's very close, though.
Punch someone for the coon, fartlord.
So he'll be dead the next turn. This is the guy I'm interested in. Can I do that? No, I can't. If I stand here, he's going to throw the thing, so let's focus on fucking this guy up. It might end when this guy dies.
I'm the new head chef.
Of course it didn't.
Okay. May they never find a
Get your armor back, Scott. We're going to need you to survive. And then we can do that to gross him out and knock him back a little bit. And then the next turn we can use Scott to
Turkish markets, at least.
put him down, hopefully. Yeah, you can't kill that guy. Look at his armor.
Well struck, combatant, but
He's
not
unkillable.
another foe
And then he dies from the gross out of his own turn. Look how good Scott is. Scott is ridiculous in this game. Everybody else is dying. Scott's just chilling. It makes no sense, but, you know, I'll take it. Strategy there is pretty universal. Take out the healer. Take out the healer, then divide and conquer. So, let's fart in his face, shall we?
Don't be shy.
Oh, he wants me to analyse this. So this is part of the game that I really think needed to be different. The first time you do these, they're quite interesting.
Ready when you are.
But you have to do them every single time you do this, and you do this a lot. So, I don't understand why, when you go into inspection mode after the first time you do it, you just press a button, and the character comes and does whatever they're supposed to do, quickly, and then leaves. But instead, it makes you do the quick time events every single time, and they're long. And you do them a lot in succession. It reminds me of something like Batman. You know how Batman has got all those tools? And then you find out that you can do those shortcuts with those tools, which makes them quicker to use and they feel way better. It's kinda, imagine Batman if you didn't have the shortcut buttons. And that's probably not even the best example, because the stuff in Batman's still pretty fast, whereas this game, it's slow as piss. And speaking of piss, so close you can smell it. So we can break these green ones, which is nice. We can push this. But we should pull it, I think. Because, Scott, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Perfect. The path is blocked.
Then,
Perhaps your amazing afterpowers can clear the way.
oh, it wants me to do this, does it? Oh, there you go. Use the time fart. The time fart is god tier.
Hold on a sec.
And that's Randy, right? Now, this is the fight I mentioned that was difficult. This fight is difficult because Randy does incredible damage, and believe it or not, he can kill Scott effortlessly because of how much damage he does. And watch his first hit. Look at that. All his HP in one hit. I had a lot of trouble with this fight, but it's just because I was being too aggressive with Scott. I need to move him. And of course, the table makes this a pain in the dick. So unnecessary. But the table's now gone, hopefully.
I have a really good feeling about this, guys.
I forget how he attacks. There are certain bosses you don't want to stand in certain places of because you'll still get hit. So for the purposes of this, I'm just going to be quite defensive on this opening turn. We're going to get 2 status effects on him, and we're going to see what he does.
I feel no pain.
I will save you from yourself.
And then good old Scott's going to come over here, and he's going to build on slowing him and getting diabetes.
Now I can.
Why you keep letting him hit you like that? Duck or something.
So now, he's slowed, and he'll take gross out damage and fire damage at the end of this.
Hang on, Sharon's texting me. I can't type. What?
So this is pretty funny the first time, but I failed this fight a few times, and you can't skip any of these dialogues, which is
Fuck off, fighting.
It's good. It's good the first time, but afterwards you kind of want to just get to what happened. Get to what killed you. There's the gross out.
Way better after this quick puke.
You see how many turns he's going to get as well? 3 turns. So the gross out was doing really good, but now it's off, and now he gets to hit us like this. So standing in the D-pad formation around him, in the plus formation, is probably not the best way of doing it. Because you can do what he did just then and hit 2 people at once. But luckily enough, the damage wasn't all that bad. Now this damage looks a lot better. But it helps us build his ultimate, and then I get to fart on him. So it's not all the end of the world.
Yeah, still burning?
Okay, there's the gross out. I can't really put... Having Cartman right now is triggering the fuck out of me, because I can't really do what I want to do with him. But let's just get an attack off. We're going to take a hit, but I'd rather take a hit and give a hit than not do anything and not get anything. And then from there, with this guy, I can do this to put more fire on him. And then with Scott, we can go beneath him, and we can get more armor on Scott. Because I never thought I'd say this, but Scott Malkinson is my favourite character in this game. Which is... Who thought we would ever say that, right? But he's just that good at living. And I wish that you could get his abilities on your character, but you can only get kind of a few. You can't get his class. I think they realise how broken he is.
Fucking keys. Heart exos.
So what's he going to do? He's going to drink more boost to give him extra turns. Yep. Drinks the beer, gains extra turns, but takes damage from the gross out. Takes damage from the burning. So whatever his next turn is, as long as he doesn't kill too many people, he'll die, hopefully. If he had gross out on, he'd definitely die, but he doesn't. Interesting, the Coon survived that. Could have easily died just then, but we were okay. Now he'll die, though. Because whatever he does here is... It's probably going to do the same thing. Oh no, he's just going to kill him with the charge. Because if you're wondering, the bosses have a certain amount of moves. And you can see the moves that they choose before they do them. And he's dead. Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna take a cab.
So imagine all the damage that he did to Cartman just then, he did to Scott, and Scott passed away. And when Scott dies on that fight, for some reason, you fail. I don't really know why. But just do what I did, guys. Get those status effects. Get him surrounded. Slow him down. Make sure that he doesn't, you know, gang up on too many people. And you should be fine. And we get to transform. So now I think we're going to be going towards Professor Chaos and the U-Star area.
How'd you do that? That was dumb.
I like that one. That's a good one. Let's double check the artifacts, because we can put another one on now. A major artifact slot, which is awesome. And that means we have 2 major artifacts. Neither of them are building what we want, so we go with the one that gives us the most levels. We'll do some crafting hopefully and improve that.
For us to get the information we need from Classy. Any good superhero should know how to interrogate. Get over to Jimmy's house and find out what she knows.
Jimmy's house.
Act.
Key add. So we can just fast travel. Before we do that, let's double check the crafting. There's probably a lot of stuff to make. That puts that to level 40, and I can make 2 of them. That could be worth doing. We've got 1 macaroni picture. I'm going to make another macaroni picture just in case we get in trouble. So look at that. The antidotes grant regeneration, which I think is super weird. But it's good because we're going to need that to get rid of charm and confusion. Those are 2 moves that are going to wreck us on this run. That's the stuff you want to stop. Everything else you can live with. That you can't. That will kill you. We need to buy some glue as well. So is that better than... It is better. By 6 might, it's better. And it gives us the same status effect. Which was 16%, right? 16%, that's 20. I wish there was a better version of that one, but I think it's just a single one.
I'm the
Fifth Miller. Right. So Jimmy's house is there. And of course, in true weird fast travel fashion, there doesn't seem to be a good stop close to it.
Are we doing this or what?
Seems like a broken fast travel, right? And then we just move to the left. Avoiding all random battles that we might bump into. Can we break that again? We cannot. There they are.
Whoa, looks
Sixth
like I'm gonna
graders.
catch me some fourthies.
Okay. So we already selfied with those people, we don't need them. Okay, Jimmy's house. Classy. Who's gonna turn into a summon. And this is going to... Oh, it's gonna unlock... This is useful.
Go ahead and stand in the DNA.
Do not stand in it before he tells you to, or you don't trigger it, you have to step out.
Alright, new kid, just stand still and I'll talk you through this.
So I'm gonna go for everyone that gives me extra might, extra strength I should say. So anything that increases strength is what I'm going to pick. So I'm going to be picking the mutant strength one. There's also the Niggurath or something I think it's called. You'll know what I mean when it turns up. The Elder God creature. That thing has a really good one. So does Sheila. If you fight Sheila, that's a good one as well. So there we go. 20% extra on punchy moves. Which are my favourite type of moves. And now we get to interrogate.
What the fuck you wearing?
So now the DNA fibrillator's done. And we're all powered up. Is that... Oh, that's that Raisins mission that's level 500. Oh, no, it's not. Thank goodness. Medicinal fried chicken, that is the Towley level. It's actually pretty easy, that, because you don't have to fight them. Oh, we have to go that way? So this is where we're going to get ambushed by Raisin girls. I really hope this is not as hard as I remember it. Because this is one of the fights where I used a healing item on my first run. Because these girls do incredible damage. And then loads like a motherfucker. What? Can you believe somebody gave me shit for being an elitist because I said that PC's better than console? Get fucked, you fucking moron.
Welcome to Raisins. Can I kick your ass, sweetie?
So the two dark-haired girls,
Right in now.
I think they're weaker than the red-haired one. Yeah, they are. I guess we're doing it. I guess we're just going to commit to subterfuge and hoping that we don't get bummed.
It looks great. This is for all the ladies
She can't
who
reach
have
us.
to wear new
So the one thing we can do here that gives us an advantage is use the range.
My mom taught
A
me
range
that.
advantage here is definitely going to help. So she dies from the gross
Totally
out.
spit in your food, by the way.
They're all lining up perfectly. She going to claw me again. We need to stop these claws from happening. It's going to add up. And then we can wait the turns and get it back. She dies from the gross out. It's my turn. I gross both of these girls out right now. See how she has 140 though? This is the problem. The dark-haired ones are perfectly fine. It's the ones with the light hair. Even though technically it's kind of reddish auburn, isn't it? They're the ones who have big life, and they're going to take way more than what we're doing right now. So, but the movement is limited on them as well. They also cause knockback, which is interesting.
Out of the friend zone.
So we can use movement
I
to
can't even think about seeing
beat her,
right now.
and then whatever she does next, hopefully doesn't kill us, and then she dies by gross out.
You'll probably have a black eye tomorrow, but just put eyeshadow on the other eye.
So yeah, there's a chance that I might have to use the Moses, and I really don't want to use him. I do like the music here though, when it starts going all like neoclassical.
I need to brush my teeth like right now.
It's cool how they're on the floor and they're all like pretending to be dead and stuff. There's some really oh my god.
You're
That
gonna feel
hurts.
That one when your balls drop, sweetie.
She died though. She died, which is really good news. So I might be able to space this one by using fire to put fire on her, and then when she gets close, farting her to knock her away. Because if she hits me, I'm dead. I do have a turn stopper now though, so we can probably do this, which will be awesome. Get away from me, bitch.
I need a mint so bad.
And it turns out you can use strategy to beat this, feasibly. That's something that I find kind of awkward too. I don't know if there's a command to scroll the screen, but when you're trying to see if your move lines up and it's hard to tell, that can be really frustrating. Is that it?
You picked a fight with the wrong bitches.
That's not it?
You're tough shit, don't you?
Oh, that's it, thank you. That's not it.
Someone's about to get stuffed.
I'm fucked. I'm super fucked. I have to use the Moses thing.
The wrong raisin sugar. Get 'em, girl.
Oh my god.
Oh, is that it? Is that it? Oh, thank you, call girl. Thank you, call girl. I have no idea if that's how that usually goes. I've forgotten that fight, but I remember that fight being quite tricky, so thankfully we didn't have to continue it. But there you go, guys. Use distance, knock them away, make sure that your movement is better than theirs so you can put yourself out of their range of damage. Use the turn stopper, and you should be fine. And we're going to get Pheromone Infusion, which is one of those might abilities, which could be interesting. But that fight is pretty tricky. Luckily enough, though, we managed to get through it quite quickly, which is nice. So which is the Pheromone one? Pheromone is spunk, all spunk. Which sounds like a very grim word if you know one of the meanings to it.